Hey guys, today we're watching more casual Geographic. Let's get into it. Oh my god, that scared the life out of me and I swore within the first 30 seconds of the video again. Bruh. God damn it, god damn it, god damn it. Okay. Oh, that actually made me jump. Like for real, my heart just leapt. I was not expecting that and I have both headphones on full volume. Let me turn this down real quick.
Are you coming up to chill? What's the plan?
Okay, please no more panda jump scares.
There are some animals whose entire existence proves that nature isn't about survival of the fittest. It's survival of just barely being good enough. If life was a class, it wouldn't be about passing straight.
That sounds like me, just barely being good enough.
It'd be about passing off your DNA before you become an F in the chat. And some animals are universally recognized as the remedial students of nature.
Excuse me.
Cheetahs are the redheaded stepchild of the cat world. Sloths are basically free calories served on a moss blade.
No,
and roasting koalas is considered low-hanging fruit only because they happen to share the same IQ.
There's nothing in these eyes. There is nothing going on here. This is peak head empty, chat. This is peak head empty.
They put the mid in chlamydia, and it seems that everyone can agree that pandas
I remember the video.
Bad at pandaing, and that we as a society need to stop.
Well, they're cute.
Crutch and just let nature finish what is clearly started.
No.
Really
oh, poor baby.
Successfully gaslight the barcode bears of the world.
Barcode bears is a new one I've not heard before. Interesting. Okay, no. I'm going into this with the mindset of I like pandas, they're cute, therefore they need to be protected. They must be protected, and I'm gonna try my best to hold to that, even if he has some solid answers and reasons as to why not. I'm still gonna rage against it.
Do pandas really profit off the most OP pretty privileged?
Look at his little faces! Look at them! Look, he's just a happy guy. Let him be. Let him be.
Try to panda challenge virtually impossible. But before that,
I'm sorry, they're just so fucking adorable.
Absolutely no one. Let's get it. You probably already know that
Same, let's go.
The problem revolves around it being a bamboo sink. 99% of the things that meets this oversized equality hamster's gullet is bamboo. Despite clearly being designed with carnivore software, it's the koala problem of building your entire meal plan around.
Wait, I thought they like fruit and other things, right? They just eat bamboo? Wait, legit just fucking sticks? Okay, maybe that's why they're so lazy.
Which is why pandas can spend up to 16 hours a day eating something they can only digest 17%.
16.
The very definition of justice is
16 hours a day to only get 7% out of what they eat. Are you kidding me? What the fuck? Bro.
When you Google sloth bear, this monochromatic try-hard vegan doesn't show up, since their diet of scarfing bamboo often leaves them with very little energy.
Look at them though.
So to accommodate this self-imposed energy budget, pandas develop relatively smaller sized
I'm sorry. Just look, you can't tell me they're not adorable. You cannot tell me pandas are not fucking adorable. Okay.
You guessed it, their brains. And something.
Right. By studying genetic pandas autopsy data, the team found that relative to their size, the animals have a smaller brain, liver, and kidneys than other bears. These small organs most likely need less energy to function, saving the pandas' precious calories. Oh, so they do have small brains.
But yeah, being a bimbo for bamboo might have literally nerfed their intelligence.
They're not a bimbo, shush, they're not bimbo.
Why the breathing bamboo purses don't
They're perfect.
Hibernation is basically power save mode for animals, and if
wait, yeah.
Energy, it's pandas. Well, one, bears technically aren't even true hibernators. But two, even if they were, eating like the vegan teacher's lapdog means pandas are physically incapable of putting on the fat reserves required to hibernate for months at a time without also getting starvation. But honestly, the problems with their diet have low-key been overblown. If being a bamboo junkie was their only issue, they wouldn't be as chronically
This guy is living his best life. Look at it. All his food is just on his belly. This is peak right here. This is a peak, like, I don't know if they're male or female, but I'm gonna assume male. This is peak male right here, guys. This is whatever is responding to me.
At their core, animals have two main goals.
Oh god, okay, I don't want to see that.
We see how they handle it, but it's their love life that really screws pandas over. Pandas are absurdly bad at making more pandas. Off-rib, to reproduce isn't even really a window, it's more like a hairline crack in the windshield. Female pandas ovulate 1 to 3 days out of the entire year. That's only 24
What?
to 70
Oh my god, that is such a small bro.
2 hours are open for
Okay, no
business out
wonder.
of a possible 8,760. And since being bent on
Yeah.
bamboo means they eat, sleep, and socialize like a stereotypical Reddit user, finding a possible partner is often equally as difficult for them. Even if he does manage to track a female down, he still has a high risk of fumbling the opportunity.
Oh, I just
because males
realized.
are apparently
RuneScape
illiterate
music.
at reading signs. Male pandas often struggle to interpret the signs that a female actually wants to mate. Word. And when you only have hours on the clock and mistakes like that, ensure that the only thing getting screwed is the future of your progeny. And even if the female's 100% with it, it's still not a for sure thing.
How? How do you miss this? How do you miss this?
Partly because male pandas struggle through the process of procreation in a way that is almost impressive, but also partly due to the panda's reportedly disproportionately tiny penis. Which is why panda coitus is a lot like trying to get a quarter
Okay, it's not about the size, it's about how you use it.
USB into a port blind, while also wearing a 200-pound fat suit. Oh, and try without using
Bruh.
guns. Nature
Having
gave this
said
obese
that,
suppression raccoon 0
I'm not gonna go into that.
favorites.
I'm not
Mating
going to go
habits
into
are a big reason why the double-stuffed Ursus Oreos are where they're at. Pandas in breeding programs in captivity often show so little interest in their literal only job that researchers have resorted to showing them videos of pandas mating. Apart from pulling videos from Panda Hub, researchers have also resorted to giving
No,
them
this is doctor. This is fake. This is initially the primary method of breeding giant pandas in captivity was by artificial insemination, as they seemed to lose their interest in mating once they were captured. This led to some scientists trying to try extreme methods, such as showing video. Okay, it's real. Holy shit, it's real.
See if it's working, because again, the peeing panda does
Holy
not
shit, it's real.
And even though most pandas rely on the grace of God as a wingman, somehow the jihad of life doesn't end once they add new names to the roster. Pandas are some of the worst parents on the planet. You've probably heard that if a panda has twins, one of them is a guaranteed loss, since the mother panda will abandon half the litter and leave that one twin to die. Which is even worse when you consider that grizzly bears will allegedly disown their cubs, but they only do it when there's one, since they'd rather start over with 2 to 4 cubs than put all their hopes and stock in one. The chosen panda cub doesn't get off scot-free.
Wait, is that true? Like, if they don't get multiple, they're like, nah, bro, you're on your own. That's horrible.
Since the yin-yang colored chonk bears of China have the highest mother-to-baby
Chonk
size
bears.
ratio of any mammal. To put it in perspective, humans are typically 20 times bigger than their babies. Mother African elephants are typically 45 times heavier. A mama panda is approximately 900 times the size of her newborn baby. And since they don't have pouches like marsupials, that puts the panda at a legitimate risk of being turned into a chalk outline by its own oblivious mother. Just another way nature set this glorified cow gerbil up for failure. And it's not even like domestic.
What the fuck? What? Many times I've been watching these videos with you guys, and I'm like, what the fuck evolution? Why? What? None of that makes sense. What the fuck are you doing, evolution?
Is an option. A good
sort your shit out.
Despite what the black and white beta bamboo might tell you, it's still a bear, and a bear is a bear is a bear. And the black sheep of the bear brotherhood is still liable to absolutely fold.
Ooh, shit.
Especially since the one plus of constantly crushing bamboo is a bite force comparable to big cats like lions. In case you thought this plus-size Oreo was sweet, one man nearly lost his whole leg after a giant panda wandered onto his land and crushed his leg like celery. Then there's the fact
I always thought they were very sweet and very nice and very just playful and basically big teddy bears. I legit didn't think they had it physically or, I don't know, mentally in them to be wild animals, which is what they are. It's the realization is hitting me now, guys.
High volume, low efficient diet means the one-man bamboo processing plant known as the panda can poop a healthy 40 times a day. And of course, living in the chill.
Oh my god. They're spending 40 fucking times a day on on the toilet. Bruh. We should all be so lucky.
Stay warm by rolling around and covering themselves in fresh manure. So if you want to add a biting, pooping, sewer-smelling dependent to your family, like I always say, you're better off having children. Because there are no tax credits for providing for pandas. In fact, the opposite. Pandas quite literally cost millions of dollars just to keep alive. But mostly that's because giant pandas are leased by the Chinese government at approximately $1 million a year. And if one of those pandas gets knocked up, that'll set you back a cub tax of about 400,000, which is why currently only 3 zoos in the US have a biracial bamboo munching beanbag of a bear on display. One of those zoos used to be San Diego. I say used to because one of the consequences of renting pandas is that gives China the ammunition to be petty. I'm not a political channel, I'll never be a political channel. I'm not implying any type of affiliation or bias, I'm just listing 2 things that happened. In 2019, Trump may or may not have fueled a trade war against China. And come May 2019, a mother panda and her son were recalled and sent back to China. Now you could argue the trade war had nothing to do with it and this was just the natural end of a panda loan. But 10 years earlier in 2009, Taishan the panda was deported not long after Obama met with the Dalai Lama. The Dalai Lama is, as far as China is concerned, an op. So my working theory is China uses pandas for diplomacy, but also as a vehicle of petty punishment. That's not really the... We didn't even mention the fact that pandas, when zoologist Frédéric Cuvier first used the word panda in 1825, he was describing the red-headed raccoon we call the red panda. The furry orca known as the giant panda wasn't named until much later, and it only got its name because at the time they thought it had a lot in common with the red panda. Turns out, they're not even close to being related.
I was gonna say, I know what red pandas are. Well, I know what they look like. These 2 are not the same. One is not like the over here. You tell me which one is not like the fucking over here.
Meaning this overgrown zebra yogi isn't even the original panda.
Zebra
and the fact
yogi.
that its monochrome mugshot shows up first when you type panda and not live action Shifu is one of the biggest injustices of nature. This
also, real talk, red pandas are also very, very cute.
Panda, but the newspaper-flavored cloud-guzzling frauds took up just enough space to convince the world otherwise. I'm so sorry, I keep pausing it. What are these names? He just quick signs these names like they're nothing. It would take me days to think of these. They're fucking amazing. So obviously pandas have their problems, and you can argue that their best trait is being a luck merchant. There is no other animal that gets carried harder by pretty privilege than the endgame of a sloth bear raccoon orgy. And they're the only creature on Earth with black and white privilege. Because the reason giant pandas are the mascot of the World Wildlife Fund is literally because having a mascot with the same color patterns as 1940s TV saves you a lot of money on ink. Yo, that sounds like a joke, but I'm not even kidding. If pants were black and yellow or black and brown, they might not have gotten the job. But that aside, consensus is that pandas are so bad at pandaing that we should just let the flex of China fade into oblivion the way nature intended.
No.
But is that really true, or have we just been doing giant pandas incredibly dirty this entire time? First thing to mention is that they're a specialist species, with that specialty being in binging bamboo.
Wait, there's a thing called specialist species? Excuse me? Also, hold on.
Being a specialist rather than a generalist means you can typically tap into a niche nobody else can. But that means they can adapt to changes in their environment. That also means that there are only a couple things going wrong away from getting evicted from reality. Having a very particular set of skills might be great if you're Liam Neeson, but it can severely
but not if you're panda, yeah.
And the funny thing is, for all the crap pandas get, the biggest and arguably most intimidating land predator on the planet is a specialist. Polar bears depend almost entirely on sea ice to hunt, and if that goes away, then it's bye-bye ice bear. But for some reason, we don't on the polar bear nearly.
I genuinely didn't know that. I thought they were just like victims of circumstance and where they live. Like I thought if they went to like, I guess like a warmer climate, they'd be fine and they'd just adapt like most things because they just hunt fish, right? Or like not whales, seals and shit like that. If I remember correctly.
Dependent on ice as we lampoon pandas for their life choices, especially since it's habitat destruction and fragmentation that really had giant pandas down bad. You see, it's believed the panda once had more variety in his diet and was more omnivorous, but likely because there was just so much bamboo everywhere and virtually zero competition for it, eventually they shifted into primarily eating bamboo. It also turns out that the bamboo they eat is high in protein but low in carbs. So despite seeming like that one person
no sugar
burger to a cookout, weirdly enough, the giant panda.
As a diabetes, I understand this very well. There's very, very little sugar, and you need sugar in your diet. Not a lot, but you need it.
Protein intake is actually close to that of wolves. They're also particular about the part of bamboo they like to eat and when. According to studies on radio-collared pandas, in the summer and spring they prefer to eat the protein-packed shoots found at higher altitudes. But during autumn and winter they migrate down into the valley and shift more towards eating bamboo leaves, which are high in vitamin C.
I feel like that's just because it's colder. And they don't want to be up high where it's even colder, right?
With roots. And they just move from high to low to high again, year in and year out. Something that's clearly worked for them since they've been just fine like this for thousands of years. So much so that the umami taste receptor, i.e. the one that lets you experience the savory taste of meat, theirs got turned off. And they even evolved a false thumb for no other reason than to help them hold bamboo. So clearly pandas
I didn't know that was a thing. I didn't know you have like a specific taste receptor just for meat. Excuse me? Mine must be fucked then, because I really like chicken over red meat. Weird,
It's all
huh?
a process that worked. The problem is when you fragment the habitat they spent thousands of years in and separate them from the food, the result is less pandas. We love to say pandas are bad at life, but by receding their habitat like a middle-aged hairline, we haven't made living any easier. Also, the whole point I made about pandas being
We're
bad
not
at making
helping.
whoopee, turns out that might just be propaganda. Because in a twist, the giant panda's reproductive rate really isn't that much worse than that of American black bears. And black bears, they're doing just fine. In fact, everything I said
But that was a brown bear, right? It was brown to me,
about
not...
pandas having
Okay.
negative riz really only applies to those in captivity. In the wild, female pandas do have a small window for baby making, but that's often after a selection process that involves at least 2 males running fades for her honor. In a process that can last up to and over a week. And we now believe that this process might just be what stimulates ovulation. You can't really replicate that in a zoo, and between that and a constant flow of people,
Okay, that makes a lot more sense now. That makes a lot more sense. Okay.
that's probably the biggest reason why pandas in captivity become celibate. Like,
Yeah, because you got people staring at you like 24 hours a day. Bruh, I wouldn't want to do it if I had people like watching me. Bruh, that's fucked up. That's fucked. Leave them be in peace to do what they gotta do. Just leave them
if you
be.
were forced into an arranged marriage and had to have an audience watch you consummate it, you'd be
Yeah,
a little awkward,
exactly.
too. There is no bitter
Exactly
indictment
my
in the fact
point.
that a zoo in Hong Kong had been trying to hook up 2 pandas for the better part of 10 years. And it wasn't until a certain beer virus of 2020 shut down the zoo to the public that the 2 bears finally got it on. Roommates for 10 years, and all it took was a couple months of privacy for them to fornicate. But even with all the slander, pandas are actually in pretty good shape. And that is a problem. With about 2,000 pandas alive today, pandas were recently demoted off the endangered species list. Yet giant pandas still finesse a bulk of conservation efforts simply because they're cute. Think about it for a second. Pandas have big eyes, big foreheads, and chonky
Look at him go.
physique. If they didn't remind us of babies, we wouldn't be this
Look at him go.
There's like 400 blobfish left in the entire world. You probably didn't know that because, real talk, nobody's buying your child a plushie that looks like a deflated sunfish fetus.
I'm gonna be real. I would not be upset if spaghetti to see them disappear. I'm not saying I want them to disappear. I'm just saying I don't really care either way.
Not to mention the animals that could legitimately destroy entire
yeah, the
ecosystems
bees
if
we
they go
need.
ghost, like bees or certain types of plants.
Yeah,
they become
yeah.
an afterthought because, pretty gets priority. It's like
We absolutely need bees. We need bees. Although I feel like we should try and find a way to artificially like help bees do their job, or like make up for lost numbers by doing what they do artificially. I'm not a scientist, so I don't know really what I'm talking
that one
about.
gym teacher that ignores actually struggling
I'm not
students
smart,
that help
guys. I'm not
attractive girls in
smart.
class that don't need or ask for it. That's right.
Bruh.
Pandas are hot girls. Side note, why does it always seem like the gym teacher's on felonious timing? Pandas aren't
Why are we
perfect, they're
watching
miles
this?
away from it, but at the end of the day, we've done
Why
far
are we
more
watching
to them
this?
than for them. But that's gonna do it for this video. Be sure to check out my book, 300 Animals That Can Absolutely Fold You Like a Lawn Chair, link in description. Drink water, you need that.
Is that the actual name of the book? Is that the literal name of the book? Well, man, that's a fantastic book
Love
name.
your mother, tell Pops you appreciate him. Matter of fact, might have to make a Father's Day video in the name of equality. But until then, I'ma see y'all in the next one. Now for y'all that watch till the end, here's some panda ASMR.
Yay! I hate ASMR, but I'll listen to Panda ASMR. Look at him. Oh my god, he's just crunching and munching that thing. Look at him go. Bro is a speedier. Bro, I wish I could demolish food this quickly. Holy shit. I mean, I'm a fast eater, but not this fast. This guy has me fucking pegged. Holy shit. He's still going. This is the thing though. This is what they do fucking like, what, like 90% of their day, just sit and eat. It sounds bad on paper, but I bet it's kinda chill. I bet their lifestyle is very, very fucking chill, not gonna lie. But I still like pandas. I'm still happy about pandas, and I still think we should protect pandas, even if they are very, very picky and very, very what's the word I'm looking for? Not ineffective. Inefficient creatures. Inefficient is what we'll go with. Yeah, even if they are inefficient, I still think we should save them and we should still protect them. But yeah, That was good. That was good. Let me know if there's any tier zoo or casual geographic videos you want me to watch next. I'm taking suggestions again. And yeah, bye guys.